It's your man Big Ticket doing big things. You checking out Sneakers and Sports, you heard?
A throw, and it's caught. Touchdown, Atlanta.
What up, though? It's your main man, KP. Of course, you got Mike the Expert. And we got a special guest. The big homie Shaka done pulled up with us. So you now tune into the Rise Up Rundown, powered by the culture. And you know we talk Falcons gang every day, all day. But with no more blah, 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 let's get into what's going on with the Dirty Birds. So we got some juicy rumors to talk about. And I'm going to let y'all know, I am the band leader. Yes, I want them all. Shaka, what is the mantra of Pokemon?
Hey, man, don't to the wrong one. Don't blame me wrong.
Hey.
I don't know.
I'm about to tell you, they say you got to catch them all. So talking about catching them all, we got a big trade. Myles Garrett, yes, he sent a letter to the Cleveland Browns, which was interesting because the day before he sent the letter, the GM Andrew Barrett gave a speech and said he under no circumstance would trade Myles and said Myles' trajectory is to leave Cleveland and go to Canton. The next day, Myles dropped a letter on his head and said, "Nah, player, I'm not trying to go from Cleveland to Canton. I'm trying to go to Cleveland to a championship. I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to compete for championships. And with that, I request a trade." So, Mike the Expert, know I said this earlier in the season. I wanted Myles Garrett. I've been watching this. So now I'm very excited because now it's time to pull the trigger and go ahead and rob these boys without a handgun and ski mask and get this trade over with. So first off, fellas, do y'all want Myles Garrett? Y'all down for that?
I definitely want.
What do you mean?
I definitely want Myles Garrett. Like, come on, man. I mean, that's
Mike, the last time we talked about it, you talking about it's too expensive. I'm like, yo, man, this is Pokemon. You got to catch them all. I want them all. I'm greedy.
I mean, the Falcons, go ahead, Mike. My bad.
No. Do your thing. Go ahead.
The Falcons just showed they're willing to do anything, man. Like on some silly petty game, you give Kirk all this money. You draft Michael Penix instead of getting Dallas Turner. Like they did everything but get the edge rusher. So why not? If you're going to push it in.
Hey, and you gave up a 3rd-round pick for Matthew Judon.
Right. Yeah, they thought that was going to be the answer. That's not enough. I mean, there's so many templates across the league to get what you need on the team. Edge rush. Look at San Fran. San Fran, 2 is not enough. 3 is not enough. 4 is not enough.
They want them all.
Yeah, you're right. So I mean, we need Myles Garrett in the worst way. So yes. I'm definitely down for that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We definitely need them in the worst way. I mean, if you look at it, our team, the Falcons, we were second to last in sacks. We had 31. We had 31 last season. We had 31 last season. Myles.
Well, you trying to press me today, ain't you? You want me to go jump off a bridge today?
Myles Garrett by himself had 14 last season.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So
he's a guy you could pencil him in for 14 every year.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So we needed somebody like him big time. 14 sacks, 3 unforced fumbles. I mean, the dude does it all on the defensive end. So we definitely need him. Now we're gonna have to give us some picks to get him.
What the Rams told you about them picks? They said F them picks. I'm right there with them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Some people are saying we might have to give up the 2025 first round and the 2026 first round.
Get him out of here. We don't need potential.
That's all you want?
We don't need potential. Yeah.
So let's break down. There's 3 big trade options that we talking about. So you said the first one right there. We talking about trading basically this first round's pick and next year's first round pick for Myles Garrett. That's an easy yes for me. You talking about a guy's defensive player of the year already, about to be defensive player of the year again. And then this was the thing, bro. I know y'all saw earlier in the season where he hit the dudes with the crossover and then sacked the quarterback. I've never seen that on the field. A dude do a basketball move and sack a quarterback. That was crazy.
He's that type of athlete, man. But it's more than that. If you look at Cleveland's defense since he's been there, if we just focus on the past 3 years, Myles Garrett as the leader of that defense put Cleveland in a situation where they haven't been in I don't know, decades?
Decades.
Decades. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. We need, like Grady. I love Grady. I love Grady with my whole heart. But Brady can't. One, he can't do it by himself. Two, he's not a spring chicken anymore. And three, he's not the edge rusher that he needs to be on the interior.
He is an interior lineman. Yeah,
Yes.
he's the interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, man. So we need Myles Garrett. If we get Myles Garrett in the mix, not saying we're going to have the same mix of players, but if we just put Myles Garrett into the situation, you're looking at least 3 wins. We're the one team that always loses a game.
Because we can't stop a nosebleed.
Can't stop a nosebleed, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
So, and this is what I like about the situation. Talking about bringing in Myles Garrett. Let's just say we bring the whole defense back. So now Judon can get off because Myles going to get double. That make Judon his job easier. Lorenzo Carter, we can cut you or he can go to the bench. I don't care. I think he's washed
Lorenzo,
up.
Baby. I like Lorenzo.
I know you do because he's a UGA guy. He's a UGA guy. I know.
But you're right. He's not the focal point. But
D'Angelo Malone, I don't gotta depend on him. I don't even know what the guy is. He's on the back of a milk carton. And then, of course, Contavious Street, he can play where he's supposed to play on the inside. Roro, I can figure out what he is. He's probably an inside guy too, which is crazy now because you got Onyemata, you got David Onyemata, and you got Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
So I can start to figure out where these other pieces fit. And then more than that, Harrison, whatever. You can go to the bench. You can be a rotational guy. I ain't got to depend on you anymore.
Yes, Snacks. He's flashed, man. Snacks hasn't flashed as the season went on. But if you're talking about like the defense, to me, there were times where they did their job. You got leaders on the defense. You got Kay Nellis. You got number 3 back there. If you got Bates and Simmons out there, you have a communication stream that you don't have to worry about. But somebody's got. There's got to be someone that's coming with their head, the ears pinned back off the edge. Evan Kennedy, he turned it on. He tried to, but we need something consistent, man, and we need a leader. And it's great. It's Myles Garrett, hands down.
Yeah, he's a once-in-a-lifetime player. You got to get him.
Yeah.
You might have to give up a lot to get him, but you're going to have to get him.
So let's talk about what's another potential. This is the one I don't like. I think it's nasty work. I'm going to just be honest with y'all.
Okay.
This year's first-round pick plus Kyle Pitts. I don't like that. I don't want to give up my unicorn tight end because you guys can't figure out how to scheme the guy open.
Kevin, get that.
Guess what? Him and David Njoku are gonna ball out, and we're gonna be sick because we gave the guy away. This guy has potential. The reason he has not popped, we had a coach last year that couldn't figure out how to use him or Drake London. This year, I don't know what the game plan was, and then we had inconsistent quarterback play. Let's be honest, but for the time that Kyle Pitts has been here, he has not had consistent quarterback play, so we cannot call the man a bust. So I was still through the trade, but it's the least of my favorites.
But if I have to give him up to get Garrett, I'm pulling the trade. I'm pulling the trade. Most definitely. They talking about him.
Pitts can first of all, let me just put it out there. Kyle Pitts, just facts. It's just facts. I don't care about David Ritter. I don't care about.
You can't say that because Ritter matters. The dude couldn't throw. He's terrible.
But if you don't have the quarterback in place and you're drafting a tight end,
that's your fault.
What are you doing? It's not. There's not enough potential in the world. Get your QB set. Get your line of scrimmage set on both sides. The Falcons, man, and I'm tired of hearing that Terry Cook, like when he's using like a 2-inch skillet, man. Put your skillet game up, bro. We have to get edge. We have to get our line of scrimmage together before we start going after Gidgets and Gadgets and Jules and Rubies. Come on, man. Kyle Pitts may turn out to be great, KP. He may turn out to be great, but it's going to be somewhere else, bro. It's going to be somewhere else.
Well, this is the thing. You got to remember when he came in here, we had Matt Ryan. And with Matt Ryan, he had 1,000 yards. So
yeah. No, I feel you. That's true. But then they started doing all these decisions off the cuff. You want to go get Deshaun, and then that blew up in your face.
Then you got Marcus Mariota, who can't throw the ball.
Yeah,
You got Desmond Ridder, who's not a real quarterback.
right. Where's the man? You got a little Bentley off in the trailer park. Come on, man. And then, I mean, to be honest, he's made great plays for us. Kyle Pitts, yeah, it's a unicorn. But there have been times where, I don't want to say it's the effort. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is the effort. But there's been opportunities for him to make some plays, and he hasn't. Like, we all saw the pick last game. Just stuff, little stupid stuff like that. To be like, come on, man, what are you doing? Right?
I mean, he almost made the game-winning catch against the Commanders.
He did.
He just couldn't stop anybody.
Almost.
Well, that wasn't on him. He made the catch. What happened afterwards is not his fault.
Yeah. I mean, it all goes back. You're right. It all goes back to defense. To me, and see, that's why Raheem has got to prove himself, man. I don't care about all that. Raheem the Dream, yeah, you're a Falcon to me, but you got to prove yourself. Don't come in talking about, get your big ass in. He's just on the draft calls having a good old time, and we think it's going to be Chocolate City down here. No, you got to prove yourself in this city. Every Falcons fan is ready. We're win now mode. You've already pushed all your trips. He's pushed all his chips in. That man ain't got forever. Okay?
No, he don't.
Championship. And he done trusted this man to get us to the promised land. You done went back, right? You done went back. So show me. Prove it.
I think any trade that we do, if we're going to try to get Myles Garrett, we need to try to include Cousins in that trade. We need to try.
This is why we didn't say that one. Okay, I know people are floating that out there. Here's the problem with that. Kurt has to okay it.
No, of course we know he does, and most likely he's not. But I think we should at least try that and see if he's going to okay that.
You better do us a solid, man.
I mean, he actually get to play.
The man has a no trade clause, man. You think he want to go from ATL to Cleveland? I love Cleveland. Y'all know that.
At least he'll get to play over there. Here, he's not going to get to play. So he'll have a chance to show his talent again and show that he's not washed up.
I will say this: you're not totally wrong, because Kevin Stefanski has proven he can take a guy from off the couch that is a statue and win.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it with Joe Flacco. He showed that he can take a couch potato, a guy that cannot move, and win. Right. And Joe Flacco, they went to the playoffs. So he can do that. So it has been proven with Kevin Stefanski. Look, and they know each other from Minnesota.
Yeah, if we can get Garrett and unload Cousins, that's going to be the biggest, man. We straight up fleeced them, dog. This is going to be the...
All right, so... Let's talk about your trade then. So how do we get this done? You giving them a first this year and a first next year, Kirko?
No, they get if that's what it comes to, yeah. Yes. But or you can give them a first and then give them a fourth or whatever. Give them the first and fourth and give them Kirk Cousins. I mean, come on now.
It's already out there. Right? The team first is out there.
Yeah.
If KP they looked at Twitter or Instagram, and he knew I got 2 million. I'm about to give him these 2 bucks, right? These 2 millions, and then I give you, and KP, let me get the studio ring, but here's a band, and then here's some Garbage Pail Kid. He's like, no, you got those 2 bands for the room. It's on the internet.
Shaka's on the yesterday's price, not today's price.
Yeah.
Look, I give you, if you're going to take Cousins, I give you 2 firsts. It don't matter if you're going to take Cousins off my hands, and most definitely.
Expert, you might as well put the Pooh Shiesty mask on at this point, man. You out here straight robbing dudes.
If you're going to take Cousins, you know what I'm saying? I give you 2 firsts and a fourth if you're going to take Cousins.
Hey, Shaka, Mike went on consignment the way he talking, bro. He talking crazy.
I mean, honestly, man, it's an open discussion, right? With Terry or whoever goes into this conversation trying to get Myles, which let me just be real, okay? I don't think Myles, this is not his first destination, right? So
it's not a bad one though, because if you Myles, unless you're going to the Chiefs or you going to the Eagles, everything else is really even.
Right.
Because here's the thing: you come here, you're gonna win a division.
That's right.
Which gives you an opportunity to get to the end, and you wait to the end and let the other guys beat each other up. You don't want to go to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a mess.
Right, and you're gonna be the man.
And the Cowboys, it's gonna be a mess.
No.
You still gotta see, and guess what? You go to NFC East, you gotta see the Commanders.
Yeah.
You gotta see the Eagles.
Yeah.
And don't let the Giants mess around and get your door. You gotta see them too.
Yeah.
So all right, let's say he goes to another AFC East, another AFC North team, which the Browns would be crazy to do this. They better not do this.
They're not gonna do that.
The fans will burn the stadium down. But if you go play with Joe Burrow and them, that's not a guaranteed path to the end. That's your hardest way. That's the toughest division. You go to the Steelers.
You playing though? That wouldn't be that.
Yeah, but you still gotta see Patrick Mahomes.
Cleveland's not gonna do that. Cleveland's not.
So they're not gonna trade him to the Steelers. We know that. They definitely not gonna trade him to the Ravens, who are basically the Browns that left Cleveland. So. I mean, I think the only thing, if you go into the AFC and it's not the Chiefs, it's got to be the Bills. It's got to be Buffalo. But here's the thing: they haven't proven they can get past Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously they would make him the X factor. He's the one that could put him over the top. I mean, but that's neither here nor there. Atlanta's a good destination. Penix and Bijan make Atlanta a great destination for any marquee player that, like you said, wants to get to the playoffs with a team that we don't have a definitive leader defensively. I mean, we got Jesse, but we don't, you know what I mean? You can come and be the guy and be the one that takes his team to the next level. And that's easily Myles Garrett. That's easily him.
You playing with Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
You got an owner that's willing to spend.
Yep.
You got a fan base that is very engaged and loves the team. So this is the makings, and you have the easiest path to a first-round bye here. You got the easiest path here.
That's correct. Because the main thing is to be on hard times, baby.
Right. Yep. Tampa Bay is going to be on hard time because Mike Evans on his last legs.
Tampa Bay is legit. Like, they have a...
Well, here's the thing.
They're legit competition for
This is Chris Godwin's second serious injury.
Yeah, that's true.
This is on the back half of his career. All right, let's talk about New Orleans. They're underwater. They're capped out. They're in cap hell. And then let's talk about the Panthers. They don't know what direction they're going in right now. We don't need to talk about the Panthers. We don't need to. I mean, are they even an NFL team?
Yeah. They laying squirrels on the barbecue, man. They out there, you got Leggett taking these baby squirrels. What you doing, man?
It's going to be easy for us to overcome. I mean, the Bucks. I mean, it's not like they're just that far ahead of us right now. So
we're getting close.
Exactly. We added Myles Garrett, and we're there. So, I mean, it just makes sense for them to come over this way.
You're right.
So let's talk about another potential trade. You giving up a first, a fourth.
There goes my fourth.
Yeah, a first and a fourth this year, a first next year, and a third next year. Y'all gonna do it?
Yeah.
I would do it, but I just think it's like, man, your draft is shot. You shopping in free agency at this point. Your draft is shot.
Yeah.
We're shopping in free agency.
Yeah. We have to go.
I don't care. Give it all. Take this year and take 25 and 26 whole draft.
And let me add this in too. You gonna give up Matthew Bergeron. So you driving him to Hartsfield Jackson, right?
I like Matthew Bergeron. I mean, we don't have to do that. Why are you throwing that? We don't have to do that.
Wait, hold on. We got to give up 4 different picks and Matthew?
I ain't giving up. No, wait a minute.
You tripping.
I mean, the fact remains.
They better choose Kirk Cousins.
Mike want to pick.
Bro, that dude is not... All right, man. Since you want to talk about Kirk Cousins, we all know... Y'all tell us what trade y'all want for Myles Garrett. Which one's y'all favorite trade? You know we said yes. Since you want to talk about Kirk Cousins. Just yesterday, in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, we know they got Radio Row. We're going to be there next year. We're calling out. We're going to be there. Y'all keep subscribing, keep liking, so that we can pull up at Radio Row. Okay? Help us out with that. So he is actually playing a ping pong tournament, I think against want to say AJ McCarron. I don't think that's right. I think it's actually no. Kurt's playing against JJ McCarthy. They played a ping pong tournament, and so I believe it was hosted by Procter and Gamble, and they invited like media. So D. Orlando Ledbetter, who is the premier Falcons. Why are you doing it? Especially because of the man's voice. Go ahead and get out your system. Go ahead and do the D. Orlando.
Why ain't doing nothing? All right.
Yo, he a cool dude, but he got a crazy voice. But anyway, so he gets invited by Procter Gamble too. They tell him that, hey, you could have availability with Kurt afterwards. This is nasty work. In the middle of the game, and ping pong is Shaka sport. If y'all don't know, he's a ping pong. Don't let this man scam you, because he will scam you off the tape. Don't let him do it to you. So he takes his Falcon shirt off and then puts on like a plain shirt. I don't know what that was about. D. Orlando says, hey, I want to talk to you, ask you about a statement that he made, I think yesterday, where he said that he got injured in New Orleans and he was playing with a hurt shoulder the whole time. So he wants to clear it all up. Right. He wants to clear it all up, and Kurt will not do the interview. He's saying, no, I just did media yesterday.
Yeah.
To the point where now he asked D. Orlando Ledbetter to be removed from the event.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. The man has been with the Falcons, has been the Falcons lead reporter for 20 years. So when they go to Flowery Branch and do media, he gets the first question every time because he's the most tenured Falcon reporter that is, a Falcon reporter right now, which is crazy, man. This is why I'm telling you, Kurt is not going to do us no favors, man. What do y'all have to say about this? Number one, Kurt now coming back and saying he was hurt and that he lied. He never told Raheem the truth that he was hurt. And then getting D. Orlando kicked out of an event, that's crazy. What y'all got to say about that?
Okay, so we've been saying for a while, right? I've been saying this forever. There's got to be a documentary on the fall off from Kurt, from 6-3 to where he ended, to where he just went splat. It was
like Father Time just touched him on the shoulder and said, "You done."
That's what we thought it was. It never made sense. It never made sense, right? You hurt your Achilles, okay. If there's an Achilles problem, fine. So I actually thought it was something in the Dallas game, but now we find out it's a Saints game. So that makes sense. It makes total sense. But what also makes sense is Kurt wants to keep his job. He doesn't want to give it up. I can totally see him not telling, being honest about the injury, and lying to the Falcons, or telling them bits and pieces. So it's obscure for Raheem and the rest of the doctors and everybody to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But my problem with Kurt is you come out after the fact, you cost your team a season. You cost them a chance at the playoffs. This is the whole team. Their livelihood is on the line. Right?
Exactly.
The fans, we pay money to come to these games. This is a big deal. I understand you want to save. Now you want to save face. You want to have a shot with another team. You want to come out with the truth or whatever. Because I do believe he was hurt.
You got some explaining to do.
You can see it, bro. You can see them throws. Them out routes was in the dirt 10 yards before it got to Drake. So you know something was going on. We were believing it was all mental or whatever Father Time. No. Kirk Cousins' arm in week 9 was live, baby. It was live. So the injury is real, but you cost your team a season. And as a Falcons fan, I wanted Kirk to work out, man, but I can't forget that, bro. We had a chance. Let Michael, everybody was talking about how Michael was snapping in practice. They don't come in, man. If you win your job back when you get healthy, I'm sure they're going to let you do it. They're paying you $180 million. Mm-hmm. So now, we just got to deal with the aftermath of that. Kirk got to hit the street, man.
This is where I'm at with it, though. This is where I agree with you real quick. I'll let Mike jump in here. Not only did you lie, but before that, you cost us a fourth round pick.
Yes.
We got fined for tampering.
Yes.
So you hurt us on the front end and now on the back end.
Strike 2.
2 times you don't want to cross my head. That's crazy.
And now you done lied.
Shock, I did want to ask you this, though. You being the guy that y'all put some respect on Shock Name. The man played Division I football, okay?
Appreciate
How
it.
easy is it to get away with that? Like, if you really hurt, how easy is it to get away with that if the staff is asking you, like, hey, Shaka, what's going on?
Well, I mean, the quarterback is a whole different position, man. The money at the quarterback position, the mindset of the quarterback. Like, so with another player, it really, it's pretty easy to see. If you're a linebacker or if you're a defensive lineman, if you're Myles Garrett, right, and you hurt your leg or whatever, or you tear something in your shoulder, it's going to be pretty obvious because you're going up against 300+ pound men that are just as strong as you, and you're going to tear that thing off the bone. With a quarterback, there's no intricacy. You can hide stuff. You can get away, but them quarterbacks don't want to give it up, right? Because in this case, you literally have a first-round pick breathing down your neck, and this is what everyone predicted would happen. To be honest, everyone said you wouldn't be able to last because you're an old guy, you're 36 or whatever, you're coming off an Achilles injury, and they don't think you can make it. So this is the exact scenario that people have been talking up. So yeah, I wouldn't want to acquiesce my job to this young dude, but I'm still not going to spend 4 games trying to fake it. Right. You know what I mean?
You don't want to hurt the team.
Yeah, you spent a quarter of the season, more than a quarter of the season, trying to fool everybody, and it didn't work at all. 4 picks, 3 picks, a million picks. We know something's up. The gig is up, Kirk.
Hey, Mike, could you trust Kirk as if that was your teammate, and now the man is coming out telling you that he lied? Could you trust him next year in the locker room to say, hey, man, you can come back in here? Although he's not the starter, he's 1 hit away from being the starter. Could you trust him again?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, to answer your question, no, I couldn't trust him if he lied like that. I mean, they're selfish, right? I mean, you cost the season. I mean, the Falcons could have been a playoff team if you didn't do what you did. Now, on the flip side of that, I do think that the biggest reason, I do think he would have been terrible anyways, because I think age caught up with him. Yeah, I think age caught up with him. I don't think that I think he was going to mess up. This was destined to happen. Just the injury just kind of, made it come a little bit faster. Yeah, expedited it a little bit. But here's the thing. I'm also hearing that the Falcons did kind of get wind of this. And if that's true, if they did get wind of it and they didn't tell the league or anything that this guy was hurt, they didn't put him on the injury report and all that stuff, then the Falcons are going to be messed up. So basically what Kirk Cousins is saying, he has to say right now, because if not, the Falcons, they're going to lose picks. They're going to get fined. There's going to be all kind of stuff going on with that. So I don't know which one is true, but whatever Kirk Cousins is saying right now, he needs to keep going along with that, because if not, he's going to really mess the Falcons up even more than he already has.
Wow. So where does that leave you with Raheem Morris? Let's just say that they did, though. Where does that leave you with him?
Shoot. First of all, I mean, what was the whole thing? Why wouldn't you even, if you knew that he was injured, why wouldn't you say something? I mean, it's not going to hurt you by saying something and going ahead and going with your other quarterback. You have a backup for him.
That you got a backup for a reason.
Yeah.
That's why you got backup quarterbacks.
Exactly. But not only just a backup, you got a rookie that y'all just drafted that you want to see how he is out there anyways. He's supposed to be a promising rookie. Put him out there and let's see what he can do. I mean, so for you to do something like this, if he knew about it, they need to get rid of him. If this is true, they need to definitely get rid of him, because this is just ridiculous. You can't trust him.
Well, so that's why I said Raheem got to show us something, because the decisions, now it is a tough decision, right? Let's say they all talked about it, and because we all know these are big money conversations. First, big money conversations.
But yeah, you talking about $100 million quarterback right now.
Exactly. And you want from his perspective, you want Michael Penix to sit this year out, because one, you invested all that money into Kirk, but two, I believe sitting Michael, the plan was to have him really sit and learn and cultivate his game behind, on the practice field, which is beneficial for everyone, right? We don't want to throw him out there. Just looking at the division, Bryce Young getting beat up all early. Look what happened to him.
Lost his confidence.
Yeah, and he did come back around, but who wants to go through that? You don't know. You have no guarantees that a young player is going to come back around like that. So
And you really want to kind of have like the Aaron Rodgers situation where he's sitting and watching Brett Favre. That's what you really want. Or the Jordan Love, he's sitting watching Aaron Rodgers. That's what you really want.
That's
when
right.
you put yourself in a position to have a quarterback, but also have a rookie that's promising. Even kind of what was going on in the reverse with the Steelers. I mean, Justin looked okay at the beginning, but hey, let's let Russell get healthy. They sat and let Russell get healthy, and once he was healthy, hey man, go out there and do what you do. We know what 3 got to bring to the table. You go be great, and he did that. Took him to the playoffs. I mean, balled out. So, I kind of get that point that I feel like for Raheem, this is a bad look on you because, okay, Jimmy Lake was a friend of yours. You hired the guy. He was in over his skis.
Yes.
The defense was horrible, and you're dropping a guy like Judon. I know I said, and I sound like a broken record. You don't drop Matthew Judon in coverage. He's a pass rusher. Let him rush the quarterback. So you're doing ridiculous things like that. You drop it into a soft zone over and over again and getting killed. And then you watch that just happen, and then you waited until, 4 games from the end of the season to take over the defense? That's bad decision-making. And now you rolled out a quarterback that you knew was hurt that couldn't get it done. I said this, we should have never put him back out there after that Minnesota game. That was it. They should have pulled the plug on him right then and there. I saw everything I needed to see. And then even worse, at halftime of the Raider game, I would have pulled him. Because, dude, we're barely beating Desmond Ridder because you can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
A guy that's a terrible quarterback that's on what? Desmond Ridder's on his 3rd team now, and he only been in the league 2 years? Come on, man.
Look,
we don't need to say nothing else about Desmond Ridder. We know. If you think it's Desmond Ridder, it's definitely time for you to sit down.
All I know is there are more teams that need a quarterback than there are quarterbacks available. So let's find one of those teams and let's get Kirk Cousins over there.
He go again with that, y'all. There you go again. The man he can go. You know his wife is from here, right? You do know that, right?
Right.
She's from Roswell, bro. That's why they wanted to be here.
I mean, yeah, she went to UGA. I mean, listen, it could have worked out beautifully. The thing is, it didn't. Raheem was in a tough situation. Terry, I saw the interview with Terry during that time, was trying to say, no, he's not injured. And it was a tough situation. But at the end of the day, the best option is to tell the truth. Because you can even say, listen, Kurt has a minor injury. He wants to play through it. As a coach, I'm making a decision to let him play through it. And then you take the heat later.
The same thing they did for Baker Mayfield. Everybody knew the man's shoulder was messed up.
Right.
Like Brown said his shoulder was messed up. He said it was shoulder. We all knew that, but they let Baker play.
Right.
It didn't work out, but they let him play.
So you take the heat. I mean, it's not you're not going anywhere, right? You're not going anywhere, but it allows you flexibility to earlier, like 2 games earlier maybe, which would have put us in the playoffs, to say, listen, Kurt's too hurt at this point. I'm making a coaching decision. Doesn't mean he's going to be out indefinitely as a starter. We may go back to him, but for these next 3-4 games, we're going to roll with Michael Penix Jr. because that gives us the best option to win the games. We didn't get to the playoffs, which was the expectation. And that leaves the stain because now all this controversy stuff has Falcons fans up in a roar. And Arthur Blank is now looking at the people he entrusted and saying, what are y'all doing?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, so we lose these picks. If we lose these picks, we can't use them to get Garrett because we lost the picks, right?
It depends on when the NFL puts the punishment in. Typically, they're going to do it the following year and not this year.
Usually they do it the following.
But they would do an investigation to see that the Falcons really know. Hopefully, they just leave it alone. We don't got enough investigations. We've already lost enough. So hopefully they don't go that route, but we have no idea. And NFL has no reason to do us any favors.
Yeah, right.
We know they're not big on that.
Kirk messing us up, boy. I mean, loose lips. Hey,
Hey, it's time to drive him to Hartsfield Jackson and get him up out of here. All right, so
Go.
we want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think about this saga with Kirk Cousins? I know all of y'all ready to be done with the guy. So just let us know, man. What's your opinion on this? Before we get out of here, man, I heard this crazy story from Bijan Robinson, and I just wanted to run it by y'all. Did y'all hear the thing where he did this interview with Michael Parsons, and he brought up that Michael Penix never takes his do-rag off?
yeah.
They called the man the do-rag man. They said the man wore the do-rag in the sauna.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yo, Mike, I know you a germaphobe. Would you dap the do-rag man up? How would you take that? You see the guy never take the thing off.
I mean, shoot, I'm sure he washes his hands or whatever, so I give him a little dap.
Yeah.
And that's that, But
he got a rating. Yeah. He got a
anybody
rating.
that touches me, if you touch my hand, regardless, I'm gonna go wash my hands anyway, so I'm gonna be clean. But I don't know. That's crazy.
Yo, you got to do a pause for that. You can't just say that without a pause. You got to do a pause. That's a pause. Yo, Shock, man. You ever had a teammate that did anything weird like that wore a do-rag all the time?
Hey, man. Oh, I had plenty of teammates that wore do-rags all the time.
In the sauna, in the cold tub, too?
Not in the, well, cold tub, yeah. I mean, like.
In the pool?
There's all kinds of crazy stuff that happens in the locker room. If dude wants to wear, he's got waves, right? We're all assuming. But we've seen.
He never take the do-rag off.
I know, but
he should have the best waves in the world.
There's pictures out there. This man here, he got waves.
I gotta see them pictures, bro. I only seen the do-rag. I never seen him without it on, man. I feel like
with waves, bro. Maybe he's a wave cap.
What Fabulous say? He said these girls spin your head like a wave cap. Must have been talking about Michael Penix, bro. Straight up.
Hey, I mean, bro, listen, whatever he needs to make that magic happen, you keep that thing on. I don't care. Keep it on.
Hey, we want to hear from y'all, man. Y'all know anybody that got any weird habits like Michael Penix that never take the do-rag off and they got on all the time? Or you had a teammate that had a weird type of situation? Please drop a comment because we're going to read on air. Continue to like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.